All right, so chapter 8, financial functions and what if analysis. So learning objectives. After studying this chapter, you'll be able to create financial functions, create one variable and two variable data tables, use the what if analysis tools to create scenarios, and adjust input values using GoalSeek. So one of the ways most people start off using Excel or really starting to understand Excel is if you take your finances, your monthly or your weekly bills, your paychecks, if you're looking at financing a car, if you're doing any of that, Excel is great to learn by doing that information. You could do calculations, you could do what ifs. So if you're paying off a credit card, if you're paying off a car loan, do what ifs and see, if I put more money down, if I make my payments faster, all this stuff. I'll tell you right now, I still use Excel to do all my financial information compared to going out to Quicken or all those other tools online. Excel is very powerful, and a lot of those places use something like Excel in the back end to do all these calculations. Even banks still use Excel to do calculations when you're trying to get a car loan. So creating financial functions, you can use them to calculate monthly payments, investments, worth, how long to pay off debt. They are valuable for decision-making, analysis, and forecasting. Financial function arguments are values that factor into the calculation and are similar for many functions. So financial function arguments. The arguments used in many financial functions are described below. The rate is the interest rate payment period. So if the annual interest rate is 5%, the interest rate per period for a monthly payment would be 5% divided by 12. INPAR, the number of payments over the period of the life of the loan, often monthly. So for a 5-year loan with monthly payments, you would have 5 times 12, and that gives you 60 payment periods. The PMT, payment made on the loan amount invested each period, which is a constant value, cannot change over the life of the loan or investment. PV, loan amount or initial amount invested, so present value. FV, the ending balance for the loans, usually zero, to pay off the loan, and for investments is the desired amount at the end of the term for future value. And the type indicates whether payments are due at the beginning or end of each period. So the PMT function, this is short for payment. It calculates the amount of each payment required to pay off a loan. It also calculates how much to save each month to reach a future value amount. It assumes payments in interest remain constant over the life of the loan. So once again, very great if you want to save up $50,000, you know how much using a payment, you can say how long it's going to take you, or if you got a car loan, you put in, the 6% interest rate that they're charging nowadays, and it will tell you what the monthly payments are, and then you can start typing in how much down and things like that that's going to give you the amount that you need to come up with to have a payment you would like. So getting into this, let's go ahead and open up your thumb drive, and we're going to open up E8D1 ATC. With this, we're going to start off and we're going to do a file save as. Go to browse. Make sure you're on your thumb drive. And this is going to be E8D1 ATC Financials. And then hit save. Okay. Once we have that saved, we're going to ensure that the mortgage sheet is active. So at the bottom, you should see that there's multiple tabs here. We're going to make sure we're on mortgage. And we want to go ahead and select cell Charlie 8, C8, which is right next to loan amount. So in cell C8, we're going to do equals C4 minus C5. So what that should give you is the loan amount. So all that's doing is taking the purchase price, which is C4, minusing out the down payment of 100,000, which is giving you the total loan amount. So now select cell C9, Charlie 9, which is going to be your monthly payment. This is where we want to do a formula. So we're going to go up to the very top for formulas on the ribbon. We're going to go to the function library, so that little subheading there. We want to go to financial. And then we want to find PMT. Payment. So now we're going to go ahead and drag that over to the right so you have some space. So for rate, we're going to click on the cell C7. And we're going to do divided by 12. So all we're doing is clicking on the cell C7. We're doing a slash, and then we're doing 12. Next, we're going to click on NPAR. So we want the number of payments. That's already going to be figured out for you right here in cell C6. So right now, that's 360 months. And for PV, which is the present value, we're going to do cell C8. So click on PV, click on cell C8, and we're going to do a minus in front of it. So after you click on cell C8, we want to do a minus in front of it. So now you should have, for rate is C7 divided by 12. NPAR should be C8 or C6. And then for PV is negative C8. And then we're going to go ahead and hit OK. So hit OK, and if you did it right, you should have a payment of $2,245. And then once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and show the decimal places. So we want to go to home, and you want to increase the decimal place by 2. Okay. So now in okay. So now in cell C10, Charlie 10, we're going to do another formula of equals C9 times C6 and press enter. So all we're doing there is taking that monthly payment that we figured out of 2,245 and multiplying that by the 360 months. And with the interest of 2.75, that is how much they're going to owe on a loan of 550,000. So in cell C11, we're going to do equals C10 minus C8. And that's going to tell you how much interest they are going to pay for that loan. Okay, after that, we're going to go ahead and save this. So FV function. So future value. This calculates the future value of an investment for a specific interest rate, investment length, and payment. So this is where we're going to see how much, if we were to save, what would this investment grow us? So now we're going to do another file save as on the same exact spreadsheet. Go to browse, make sure you're on your thumb drive. And this is going to be E8D2, ATC Financials. So now on the bottom, we're going to go down to the investment tab. And we're going to go ahead and click on cell Charlie 7, so C7. So now we're going to go to formulas once again. We're going to go to financial. And this time we're going to do FV. So now we're trying to figure out the future value. So if you're following along, this would be on page 197, number 4. So in cell C6, so we're going to click cell C6. We're going to do divided by 12. So divide 1, 2. Hit the tab key, which takes us down to the in per line. And we're going to click on cell C5, which of course is the number of payments. We're going to do tab again for payment. We're going to put in 0. And then for PV, we're going to type in negative, and we're going to click on C4. And now we're going to click OK. So for an investment of 100,000, and we're going to leave it in the bank for 120 months with the interest rate of 6.5%, you will have $191,218 as an investment. So in 10 years, that's what it will give you. Now in cell Charlie 8, so C8, we're going to type in 200 and press enter. And now we're going to do another formula for Charlie 9. We're going to go to financial. We're going to go to FV again. Okay. So in the new box that we have up here, we're going to do all the same arguments as we did in step 4, except for the payment, we're going to put a negative. So for the rate, we're going to do C6 divided by 12. For the number of payments, once again, that's going to be C5. For the payment, we're going to do minus C8, which is the monthly investment. And for the PV, the present value, we're doing minus C4. And then we're going to hit OK. So now, and hit OK. So for now, if you did another $200 every month on top of what you put in the original of 100,000 for the next 10 years, you will have 224,000 instead of your 191. Once you're done with that, go in and save your file. So imper, number of periods. This calculates the number of periods required to reach a financial goal. So say you wanted to save $100,000, but you didn't know how long it's going to take you by putting away $500 a month. You're able to see the number of periods or the number of payments it's going to take you. So once again, we're going to do another file save as. Yes, file save as. Go to browse, make sure you're in your thumb drive. And this is going to be E8D3 ATC Financials. And then hit save. Okay, once we have that saved, on the bottom, we're going to go to the printer tab. So we're trying to do a purchase price of $12,000. We want to pay $250 a month, and the interest rate is 2.9%. So the only thing we don't know is how long it's going to take us to pay off that $12,000. So we're going to go to formulas once again, to the financial, and now we're doing imper. Yes. So for this, we know the rate. The rate is going to be C6. Divide that by 12. We know the payment of $250. So we're going to click on C5. And the present value we know is negative C4, which is the purchase price. And now we're going to go ahead and click OK. So this should tell you that it's going to take you 51 months for this to be paid off. If you pay $257 or $250. Now we're just going to remove all the decimal places. So we just see 51. So under home, and you're going to decrease the decimal to where it just says 51. And now we're going to go ahead and save our file. Okay, using the what if analysis tool. So they ask a question, what if the interest rate increases on my loan? What if I invest $200 per month instead of $150? So there's a couple of different tools that you have available. You have Scenario Manager, you have GoalSeek, you have data tables. They work best with complex formulas such as payment, future value, and input. So, a lot of times when you go to the bank, you're asking yourself those questions on what if instead of putting down 500, I put down 1,000, and you want to see what that's going to do to your payment. So that's where these tools come in, and you're able to answer those questions by yourself. Makes life a lot easier, in my opinion, where you're not waiting for the bank to tell you. You're able to pull that information before you even go there, and you kind of know what you're looking at. So data tables. Data tables are not Excel tables. There is no sorting or filtering or inserting a total row. You can insert multiple different argument values and see results all at once. So basically, you could say, what if my interest rate goes up because I'm putting less down? Or if I put more down, what does that do to my payment? And you could see the different options when you do that by using a data table. So getting back into our spreadsheet, we're going to do a file save as and go to browse. This is going to be E8D4 ATC financials. Now we're going to click on the mortgage tab or mortgage worksheet at the bottom. Nope. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Mortgage variables on the far right. Sorry. In cell D5, Delta 5, want to make sure that's highlighted. And we're going to enter in the formula of equals PMT, open parenthesis, C3, divide that by 12, comma, C4, comma, negative C5. So all we're doing here is the same thing when we went to financials and we went to PMT. We're just typing out the formula for us. So we're doing the rate, which is a C3 of 2.75, dividing that by 12. We're doing the months. So we're doing C4, and then we're doing the amount, which is negative C5, the present value. Close your parentheses, and then press enter. So the reason we get 0 is because there's nothing currently in the loan. So now we want to apply the white background font color to cell D5. So if we go to there, and we're going to find the white background font. I want my font. And I want to go white. D5. White background. So what that does there is it removes that formula, or basically it makes it white so it blends in with the spreadsheet. Okay. Now we're going to select the range C5 through D11. And now we're going to go to data. We're going to go to forecast. Should be on the top ribbon. And then we're going to go to forecast for the subheading. We're going to go to what if analysis, the drop down, and we're going to go to data table. So you should get this pop-up that says data table. Once you get this box for the column input cell, we're going to click on cell C5. If you click on the box, it should automatically do it for you. From there, go ahead and click OK. So now what that should have done was calculate the payments based on the rate. Okay. So now we're seeing the what if based on the payment or based on the rate, the term, and then the loan amount. So now we're going to select in cell G5. So G5, we're going to enter in equals PMT, open parenthesis, C3 divided by 12, comma, C4 comma, minus C5, close parenthesis. Bless you. So once again, we're going to go ahead and apply the white text background to this. So home, we want to apply the white text, and that should go away once again. So now we're going to select the range of G5 through K11. So G5 all the way over to K11. We're going to go back to data, what if analysis, data table. And for the row input, enter C3 in the row input box. So Charlie 3. C3 in row input cell, and C5 in the column. And then we're going to hit OK. Okay. So as you can tell, mine looks a little weird. It's just basically I need to spread out my table so the numbers will show up. I'm just zoomed in. So you should have something like that. Once you're done, go ahead and save the file. You can compare results with multiple possibilities, up to 32 different variables. The results show in a worksheet or scenario summary report. Scenarios require a scenario name, the identification of the changing cells, and a value of each changing cell. So, this is great if you're going to present it to somebody and you want to see different scenarios. That's where you're able to use your scenario manager. Okay. Doing another file save as on our spreadsheet. Browse. This is going to be E8D5. ATC Financials. And hit save. We're going to go ahead and go down to the mortgage tab, our mortgage worksheet. We're going to select the range Bravo 4 through Charlie 11. Now we're going to go up to formulas. We're going to go over to define names, which is the subheading. And we're going to click on select or create from selection. We want to ensure the left column is selected. And then click OK. Okay. So after that, we're going to select the range Charlie 4 through Charlie 7. And now we're going to go to data on the ribbon, over to forecast. We're going to go to what if analysis. And we want to go to scenario manager. In the scenario manager box, we're going to click on add. For the scenario name, we're going to put in best. And it should have your range selected. Oh, sorry, I messed up on mine. C4 through Charlie 7. So you want to go best. So you should see for the range are changing. It should say C4 through C7. And then we're going to click OK. Now we should get this box that pops up for the changing values, changing sales. For the purchase price, we're going to type in $575,000. No. For down payment, we're doing $125,000. Nope. And then for the long-term months, we're doing 300. And for the interest rate, we're doing 0.024 And if you missed any of that, it's on page 204, number 8. After you're done with that, go ahead and click OK. Now we're going to add another one. So click on Add. This name is going to be Worst. It should be the same sales. We're going to hit OK. And now the purchase price goes to 690,000, with 75,000 down for 420 months and an interest rate of 0.0299. And that's number 11 on page 204. Okay. Once you're done with that one, go ahead and hit OK. We're going to hit Add one more time. And this is going to be most likely. Hit OK. And now the purchase price is 640,000. With a down payment of 90,000, 360 months, and an interest rate of 0.0269. And then we're going to hit OK. Okay. Now we're going to click on Best, and we're going to click Show. We have Best, and then we have Show. So that's going to show you what the loan amount is, the monthly payment, and the total payments. So as you can see, it automatically updates all that information based on the parameters you typed in. So now we're going to click on Summary. And here is going to tell us the range we want to do. And for the range, so we're going to do Scenario, Summary, and we're going to do C8 or C8 through C11. So we're going to select that, C8 through C11. So you should have the negative C8 and colon C11. So it should look something like that, or like it looks in the book on number 15 on page 205. And then hit OK. So with this, after you have your summary, it will show you the different scenarios. Once again, something that a bank will use, where they're able to break out the different scenarios on if you do different things. This is your best case, worst case, most likely what you might be able to do. So instead of them having to go back each and every time that you ask them a question, they can create the scenario that automatically sits there and gives them that information. Makes their life so much easier. Go ahead and save your worksheet once again. So goal seek. Know the result you want first. Excel works backwards to find the required input. So basically, Excel is able to find the different results that you want. So it can work backwards, it can work forwards, however you want it to do it, it can find the goal that you're looking for. So one last time, we're going to do another file save as. Browse. And this is going to be E8D6 ATC Financials. So now we're going to switch back over to the printer worksheet. Or the printer tab at the bottom, the worksheet down there for printer. We're going to select cell C7, so Charlie 7. And now we're going to go to what if, we're going to go back to data. We're going to go over to forecast. We're going to go to the what if analysis. And we're going to go to goal seek. So for the set cell, we already want that as Charlie 7. We're going to put 48 in the to value. So basically, instead of wanting 51 months, we want 48 months. And by changing the cell of C5, so you can go on and tab down or click on changing cell, and we want to click on C5. So we want to change the payment price in order to get to the loan term of 48 months. That you're going to hit OK. And you should see now that the goal, in order to get 48 months, we have to make payments of $265. So now we hit OK again. We're going to select cell C5. We're going to go to home, and we're going to increase the decimal place by 2 to show the $265.08 is what we have to pay every month to get 48 months. Go ahead and save your workbook. And that is the end of chapter 8.